All right, I'm streaming it now to YouTube, to my YouTube page.
Okay, so it's about
It's
an
gonna
hour
be an
long.
hour.
Okay, so yeah, you might want to let them know that we have some technical difficulties.
All right.
Okay, and then so this commercial, I'm gonna look at it right now. Okay. And then your overdub, you just went over the top of the commercial.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, restream the show to Bobby.
To YouTube, right?
Yeah, I'm just talking to them. I ain't telling them all that. It won't be.
Oh, okay.
It will be later. It will be later tonight.
Just say he has some technical difficulties.
Which is fine because
it's gonna be late anyway. So
I only worry about East Coast. No, West Coast. West Coast time. So it's still, what time is it there?
it is 6:37 p.m.
6:37. Okay. 37 there. Please tell your husband, forgive me. Okay. All right, go ahead and do what you got to do. But you're working on the.
Yeah, I'm working on the overdub.
Okay.
Thing, so at least that'll be done.
And then the black screen with the how you figure out what you're gonna do with that.
For their background, you mean?
Yeah, with his flyer.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in the background.
Okay.
Flyer, right?
On the whole green screen.
I don't know. Let me
see how I look. You know, you never know.
Yeah. So let me. I don't have a picture of him, but I have a picture of the surroundings. But
I'm gonna take a picture and send it to you.
Okay. And then we'll test the water.
Let's see. The phone bright enough. Hold on. Yeah, always, nigga. Always.
What's his podcast called again?
Pc+3. With the plus sign.
Just making a name for his folder
here. Okay, let me hang up. I'll call you right back. I gotta record this real quick. Hang up. Okay. Bye-bye.
integrity for me in terms.
Here we go.
She just wanted to make.
Here we go.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the first edition of Pc+3. Round of applause. Round of applause. Round of applause. All the claps. Everything like that, right? Pc+3 is powered by TWE, which is actually known for our church, the Way Everlasting Church. And this is going to be a Bible study / conversation, culture conversation that we're going to have to where we actually fit the Bible into our culture. We fit the Bible and see where we land when it comes down to our lifestyle with everyday living, with everyday struggles, and see how, the Bible talks about what we do and how we do it. All right. And so that's really what a little bit of Pc+3 is going to be about. One of the things that we're actually going to do, and we're going to see different panelists that's going to be from actually the Way Everlasting Church, friends of the Way Everlasting Church, and family from the Way Everlasting Church. And so you guys will be able to see me every Thursday at 8 p.m. and you're going to see 3 other people that's going to be a part of our panel that's going to be able to be in this discussion. But today, for our first show, we got 2 very special people to the Way Everlasting Church, and it's going to be 2 very special people to this show because behind the scenes they are doing all of the work with myself in order to make sure everything is running. So first person I want to be able to introduce is our church administrator, which is who we call CA. Her name is Erica. What's going on, CA?
Hello, what's up? I'm here. We're here. First show. We actually made it.
We actually made it. We did a lot of work.
We went from conversation to
there were so many different changes that was made trying to get to this point, and nothing that we talked about looks the way it is
Not
right
one
now.
single thing other than this microphone.
That part. We want to give a great thank you and shout out to Soul TV. Round of applause. Round of applause. Round of applause. Soul TV and all of their producers and all of their owners, specifically Mashiba Webb. We appreciate her and allowing us to come in on this great platform. And I can't wait to meet the Soul TV family and be able to interact with each and every one of you guys. And I pray that you guys decide to actually be a part of us. You can check us out on all social media platforms, which is the Way Everlasting Church. That is the Way Everlasting Church. All right, on all social media platforms. I'm not about to spell out that whole thing. Y'all know how to spell each and every one of them words. All right, here it is. The second person that we're going to introduce actually has her own show right here on Soul TV called I've Got Something to Say. Miss First Lady of TWE, Lynn Marie. Round of applause. Round of applause. Round of applause. What's going on, Lynn?
Nothing much. The Lord is kind.
The Lord is kind. That is her saying when she's when she being petty, right? When she gonna put it on a shirt, right? Yeah, it needs to be on the shirt because that's her saying what every other line. The Lord is kind.
And I don't know why I didn't.
We be in church. The Lord is kind. We about to go out to eat. The Lord is kind. Miss The Lord is kind herself, singer extraordinaire. She's part of the reason why this church even got started. And so here it is. We're here and we're doing right that part.
That's my name.
What is it?
The vocal monster.
The vocal monster. I like that because that's what she is. I mean, she be tearing it down. Every Sunday at 2:30, you can hear Lady Lynn McCree singing praise and worship, and she gonna let it loose. You know what I'm saying? And that's when she ain't already in song at a 10 a.m. service or a 9 a.m. service or did a concert right on her way to a 5, 6, or 7 or did a concert the night before or did the whole weekend. She'll be actually on stage with Fred Hammond and the crew in December, I think. And so
Maybe.
That's real.
Oh,
That's real cool. And so I'm excited about that. You know what I'm saying? Don't go to many
I'm getting
concerts.
into
I'm gonna go to that
my
one
fucking
because I
artistry,
think that's gonna be
okay?
dope.
You so annoying.
I don't go to many concerts, but
I'm with PC. Like,
yeah, I think I'm gonna go to that one.
No.
Speaking of concerts, you just went to the Fantasia concert last week.
amazing.
Wait,
Oh
what
my
was the
gosh.
video? Pictures?
You should have been there. I'm sorry. You should have bought your ticket.
That part.
No, respectfully, Fantasia was like, y'all can't even have fun because everybody got their phone out trying to record for Instagram. She said they should have got their ticket. And I'm like, you know, Rustis, you're right. So I did not have my phone out. I enjoyed the concert because it was a lot to just get there. So I'm sorry.
That's actually part of the reason why we don't go live, you know, during our service.
You
like,
should be there.
because you ought to show up to
It's
church.
good.
You
I
should
hope
come.
it works.
Yeah,
I
you ought
pray it
to.
works.
Yeah, so
Hey,
every Sunday
I love
at 2:30,
it.
if you're in the Detroit area, you can come to 15617 Rosa Parks in Detroit, Michigan, and you can see what we're really about because we have a great time every Sunday. All right, let's get down to the conversation. And let's have a conversation first about who we are. Who is TWE? Let me tell you who TWE is. TWE is a group of believers who absolutely love God, and their main mission is to be able to bring the people of God back to the presence of God. Let me tell you the issue that I'm having. Partially, you know, is the reason why the Lord gave me this word to start this ministry. It's because we have a lot of churches that are either politically centric to where all they do is talk about politics and the plight of the community. Not saying that that's a bad thing, but it seems like that's the entire focus, and salvation is actually centered around what we do in community-minded work. And then there are the churches that are personality-centric, to where literally everything is about the pastor, to where you only sin when you sin against the pastor. You're only right when you're right for the pastor. And so if it's not beneficial to the leader or to the pastor, then guess what? You just ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And so here it is. The Lord gave me a word about 10 years ago, told me the different signs of when it would be time for us to start the ministry, and everything that God told me came to pass. And I was in a situation to where I was actually the campus pastor to another church. We'll get to that in a second. Campus pastor to another church, and the Lord called me from there to start the Way Everlasting Church / TWE, and it was simply to do one thing. To bring the people of God back into the presence of God. We got so many people who didn't left church either because of the fact that the pastor was wrong or self-righteous or self-centered, if I can say it like that, or the church just didn't do enough, you know what I'm saying, for them while they was trying to be out there playing superhero to the entire world, forgetting their own people. Here it is. God called me to just bring these people back to him. You know what I'm saying? And there's a laundry list of stuff that I could say about that, but that's why we started the church. That's why we are in existence. That's why the Lord has brought us to this particular time and day, and I think he set us in this particular hour on purpose for a reason, and that reason is to bring the people of God back into the presence of God, which is what it's supposed to be anyway. But that's why the Lord laid it on my heart to start this ministry. But Erica, tell me, why is it that you joined this ministry? Because I ain't gonna lie to you. When we started this ministry, I didn't know who was going to come. I know people said that, oh, yeah, when you go, I'm going to go. And those same people, they didn't. You know what I'm saying?
They still haven't gone.
And they still ain't gone. And still ain't seen them. They ain't even came to visit. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool. I ain't mad at that at all. But you ain't tell us you was coming. You ain't tell us you was coming to visit. Right. Okay. Barely communicated saying that we was going to be involved when it comes down to church. I think we had one conversation about church. You said, yeah, I think I'm done for a little while, and I'm taking a break, and that's what. How did you get back to inside of the house?
Well, I definitely did take a break. After leaving the last place, I needed a break. But like I told you privately, that you've always been a man of integrity, and that integrity, I've seen it in action. It's been greater than just, you've never even had to say it. You've just always carried yourself with integrity. And like I said, even before I knew you and Lynn, I watched you. This one for sure. But, even just getting to know you, I was able to watch you. And I'm like, okay, this is what's up. So I already knew that, okay, if and before you were even PC, if Colin moved, I'm going to go check him out. And then, just going to the vision casting, it was like, yep, I knew for me, I couldn't spend too much more time out of church. That's just me.
That part.
I had already been out of church for a couple of months, so a couple more months would have turned into a couple more years.
That part.
So, I'm a church kid. I've grown up in church my whole life. So I've had a couple breaks here and there, not too many, but I know for me, the longer you stay out of church, the easier it is to stay out of church. So, you miss a couple of months and it's like, well, I ain't been to church in 2 years. So it was like, okay, well, let me go to church, because church is what I know. Church has been a safe place for me pretty much my whole life.
That's like taking a break from college for a semester.
And then you look up and
it's 15 years later.
Your whole class is graduated.
Right. And you looking like,
yeah.
I was only supposed to be gone for a semester.
Yeah, that semester turns into a year typically. And then those years just start adding up. So I just knew that, I had to get back in church and I needed to be covered. You can only stay uncovered for so long before you be like, okay, I need a covering. So here I am. Just doing the work of the Lord.
And a whole church administrator on top of that.
I'm not really sure where that came from. I still don't know where that came from.
Oh, I can tell you.
As Lady Lynn will say, the Lord is kind.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that on a shirt for myself because the Lord is kind. That was never the plan for me to be nobody's church administrator of nothing. Don't even ask me to make copies, okay?
You slamming it though, man. You slamming it. This is the go-to for everything TWE for us, and I appreciate everything that you do, Lady Lynn. You could have just actually went to a whole nother church and decided to do praise and worship someplace else, but you decided to rock with us. I can't say that I ain't seen that before. You know what I'm saying? You know what, honey? You go ahead, go to church. I'm about to go sing. I'm about to go sing over here a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You pick me up after you get done.
Right.
Thank you kindly. How was it been rocking with this church, and what's making this church seemingly different? Because we just started yesterday. Oh yeah, we just started yesterday. February the 19th, 2023 is when we started, and so we really
almost a year old. Okay.
Right, we almost a year old, but we still infant. You know what I'm saying? And so we trying to make some noise out here. But what is making us seem different right now?
I think the only statement that makes us different is that your desire is that we be a healthy church.
Yeah.
Which we're going to talk about. Yeah.
Far as we understand the musical background, we understand that Colin is a powerful preacher, Lynn is a singer, but the fact that you want us healthy, I think that's because I had a choice. I didn't have, though you're my husband, I don't have to be a member of your church.
That is a true story.
But the fact that we have a leader that we serve planted it in you to say we want to have a healthy church, because I know what it feels like to even be in this position and be unhealthy and still trying. But the fact that you want us healthy, that speaks volumes. That's one of the reasons I rock with you. We've been through, why not go through this with you if we've been through everything else? Okay. And I believe our love is great. Our love for people is great. Yours is greater than mine, but the Lord is I'm becoming healthy.
Right. The Lord is kind.
The Lord is kind. Be on the lookout for them shirts and sweaters. But
they're on the way.
Yeah, I appreciate the fact that you want us healthy, and everywhere we go, your guidance from a husband and wife standpoint is leading us to be healthy to help a healthy church. So that's
let's talk about that for a minute, because there's a lot of people who are going to church that are suffering mentally, suffering emotionally, and they just going through. How is it that we can? Now, I have an answer to this question, but I want to know from your perspective and perception. You know what I'm saying? How is it that we, because at some point we were in that spot, right? To where we were going to church and we were in depression. We were going to church and we was going through, some mental anguish and some, issues of that nature. How is it that we can go to church and actually still be in that state of mind? You know what I'm saying? Like, where are we when it comes to that? Why is it that the place that is there for change is the place where we typically stay the same at?
personal experience, it's due to comfort. Most people stay the same way is because now I'm at a place where I'm being held to be accountable when previous places were not holding me accountable to anything. So now you got to be held accountable, and your mindset is like, truth, I know this is where I need to be. But the comfort of knowing that you can speak some good lullabies to me scriptorially, make them seem great, and my soul, not even my soul, my flesh is edified. Not my soul, because my soul will be able to understand, girl, did you really hear what this person just said? And go read it for yourself and apply.
That part.
My flesh is a hearer and not a doer. My soul is now being challenged to be held accountable. And I don't want to be held accountable. So I'm going to stay in this place. I'm going to stay in this predicament. It wasn't, and it's the truth. He told us this, a couple of months ago, that you wanted a healthy church. It wasn't until, because Colin will tell y'all, I'm praise the Lord, and going home and I'm crying. I'm literally like, because of triggers and stuff like that. And he laid hands on my head. And while he was laying hands on my head, I'm like, I can feel it being lifted to a degree, but the rest was on me. So I think it's accountability as to why we stay in the lane, because we're so used to our flesh being appeased.
Yeah, that's a lot of right.
Folks.
That part.
Appeased.
That part.
She got it out fine though.
I'm
The
doing
Lord
his
is kind.
numbers. Jesus.
Wow. It be your own people.
It be your own people. You gonna
Man.
do like this in front of my friends?
Right. In front of all of my friends on Soul
Some of your
TV.
friends are my friends.
Man, what?
Not all of them.
Wow. You gonna do that right now?
I'm just saying.
Look at you. See?
You say
That's why she got her own show. That part.
it's
That's
us.
why.
It's
That's why she got her own show.
The Lord is
So Erica, how important was it when the Lord gave us that word, that and for you all in Soul TV and TWE world, for the TWE people, you know, for the ones who come to church, y'all already heard this already, that I'm not looking for a mega church. You know, do I want people to join? Yes. Do I want to see us grow? Yes. But above the people walking in the door, I want a healthy church. I want a healthy, growing church, because we can have a lot of people in number, but those people in number, we don't know who we affected once you get past a certain number.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, and I've told this to Lynn, I don't know if I ever wanted a mega church.
Yeah.
Because if I don't know all the names of the people who go to my church is too big.
Yeah.
Because if I don't know your name, I can't really know what you're really going through.
Right.
Right. I don't know what to pray for. And not all pastors, I'm about to get in trouble already. This is the first show.
Say what you
Not
wanna
all
say.
pastors are discerners to where everybody that they come in contact, they can just discern where they are.
Yeah.
Because the truth of the matter is, we all ain't in a spiritual place sometimes to where we should even be serving that day. If we were to be honest. You know what I'm saying?
Yikes.
And so
I need a Band-Aid already.
if
My
we
God.
not in position to where we can constantly be in service, then I know that the people ain't gonna get service some of them times, and the more people you got, the less likely you gonna get served. You know what I'm saying? The shout is great, and I had to ask myself, man, Colin, how is it that you can go to somebody else's church and man, we can have a shouting good time after the message is over, but at our church it seems like it's a struggle. It's because the Lord actually had to remind me of the words that I said. You said you wanted a healthy church. A lot of times when you got to confront what it is that you got to deal with, you ain't in a good mood to be jumping around.
You gotta literally eat. We hurry up and eat so quick and then lay down. No, you gotta take that thing in, sit up for a minute,
Let it digest.
let it digest. Yeah.
But even with that, we don't even like what we eating. You know, I'm not a big vegetable eater, but I know vegetables are good for me. Matter of fact, the very first time I ate greens, it took me a while to actually get them bad boys down because I didn't like them. You know what I'm saying? But I had to eat them because of the fact that
They're good for you.
They good for us. And so, yeah, the whole eating and laying down thing is one thing, but we got to get it down. And sometimes some stuff is just hard to swallow.
Some stuff is just hard to swallow.
This is why you don't get a shot. This is what me and Erica talk about this. I make jokes about it. This is why I feel like preachers need to stop saying, y'all not listening to me. I am listening to you. It's hurting me to hear these words, because now I have to apply them. We never know when someone's going home and what they have to apply, even if they apply it. But for some, when you're so used to getting your flesh fed, and now your soul got to be fed, because everybody knows you, and they know what you're going to bring to the table, Colin.
Well, not everybody know me. We just got a whole new.
In the sense of a flesh to shut up, to receive it, and apply it. We're so used to, give me the $20, give me $100 out your pocket, and then I get prophesied to, and that only appeased my flesh. Now that $100 that I really needed to go to my water bill, I can't even call you to ask you for that back.
Because you didn't already spend it.
I have to wait on the Lord to do what you said he was going to do.
If he do it, because he may not have said it.
So it's all in us discerning that flesh thing from that soul thing, and us really understanding.
That's real cool. Go ahead.
You, all right, man. I have to. They have to be willing.
I do this in church.
We know.
I see.
They have to be willing to decipher the two, and
I don't think some people really want to be healthy.
Come on now.
I think it's easy to say, "Oh, I want to be healthy. I want to be healthy." Well, nigga, get in the gym.
Speaking of which, I'm in the gym multiple times a week. Shout out to my nigga Tim. We say N-words at this church. Shout out to my shout out to Tim. He be killing me, but I'm about to have this cut in a minute. But
you better not say nothing to me, man.
Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind. We don't say that at our church. We what is that? Multilingual? We bilingual. We bilingual at our church. We bilinguist. But you said people really don't want to be healthy.
I don't think most people are willing to do the work that it takes to be healthy, because working on being healthy is going to take some accountability. It's going to take some looking at yourself. It's going to take some breaking down of a lot of things. And let's be real, when you put that mirror in front of your own face, most people don't like what they see, so they don't even hold up the mirror. It's easy to just walk around not looking in the mirror. That's just real easy. Like, I can speak for myself. Naturally, I went through a season where I couldn't look at myself in the mirror, literally, or I would look through myself in the mirror. But I'm just now getting back to the point where I'm comfortable looking at my physical self in the mirror.
When you say look through yourself, break that down. Like what like you looking? You looking without looking?
It's like you looking at yourself, but you're not really analyzing. So you looking just for the sake of saying, okay, I looked, I hurried up and did my hair, I brushed my teeth, but I didn't really start inspecting.
I wasn't making sure every hair was in place.
No, I just hurried up and did what I needed to do so I can get out the mirror.
Do we really look at ourselves when we brush our teeth? Do you do that?
Mm-hmm.
You look at yourself when you brush your teeth?
I do.
And if I feel a certain way, I'm double brushing.
I do that anyway.
That, though.
Yeah, I do the double brush anyway. But
yeah, so that
it's harder for me to look at myself when I'm brushing my teeth. Boy,
I mean, so a lot of people, I don't think most people are willing to put in that work to work on actually being healthy.
And real talk, it is work.
It's more than just saying, "Oh, I want to be healthy. I want to be healthy." Then what are you doing? What are you doing when you're at home when nobody is watching you?
That part.
What are you doing when you're driving in your car? What are you doing when you're at work? What are you thinking about when you really when your thoughts want to pull you one way, but you working on being healthy, so you got to rein them things in, and you got to turn the corner and start thinking another way. That requires real work. That, let's be real, most people, they're not trying to put that work in to be healthy.
Especially if you buy
they want to keep cheering. I want to be healthy. I want to be healthy. You ain't lifting that weight. You're not putting no weight down. You're not picking no weight up. What are you doing?
And it's always harder when you got to do it by yourself.
It's always
which bothers me when people say that I don't have to go to church in order to be saved or have a relationship with God and things of that nature. If you're talking about being healthy, if you're talking about being spiritually accountable and things of that nature, how can you do that alone?
How?
Like, I know for me, I was on my weight loss journey, y'all seen me in my weight loss journey.
He's slimming down, y'all. He trying
I'm
to be-
doing my
he's
best,
trying to
man.
be- he's trying to be slim PC.
Real
okay?
talk, because I've always been big PC.
He's trying to get it.
You know, I started 270, right? 276. I started this journey. I'm at 223 right now. So I didn't lose about 53 pounds, right?
Yeah, wait,
To God be the glory. But
he's wearing a Speedo next summer, guys.
that part,
Don't encourage
that part, I done
wash
already
your
told my
board.
wife. She feel a
Put a
certain type of
wash
way,
your
but it's
board.
okay. But I done already told my wife, as soon as I make it to the size large, I'm only wearing medium clothes. Period. Period. I mean, it is what it is. Be prepared. You know what I'm saying? I'm
I'm
gonna have the
going to
long
encourage
medium
the
t-shirts.
shenanigans, okay?
Listen, and I'm coming to service, and as soon as the
With a
message is
muscle shirt
over
on.
and it's time for me to change it to my other shirts,
This ain't that
expect
church.
the medium shirt. It is what it is. As soon
This
as I
ain't
make
that
it to
church.
large, I got 2 sizes to go. All right,
almost there.
2 sizes
No,
to
sir.
go.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I'm about to be out here
No, sir.
looking like the straight Eddie Long out here. All right, I just want y'all to know that. I just want y'all to know that. Because it ain't going to be no rumors out on me. No, not going to happen.
No,
but
no.
here it is. Here it is. When I first got into the gym, I understood that I could not go by myself. And so I had to enlist some help. And I had to ask one of my brothers, hey, man, I need to, this is what's going on inside of my body. I got to lose weight because of health reasons. It wasn't like I was trying to lose weight because I wanted to be vain. No, I like being fat. And I'm probably one of the few fat people who honestly enjoyed being fat. I enjoyed being 276 pounds. That was a little messed up. But that 245 to that 255 range, I enjoyed me. You know what I'm saying? But it got to the point to where I had to get healthy. But I knew I couldn't do it by myself. Why do we think that we really don't need this structure that we call church? And so here's the thing. This is real life for us. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to battle these questions internally all the time. And just to let y'all know, this is probably going to be the last time we have a church conversation this long. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to be talking about real everyday issues outside of church too. But right now, our generation ain't really coming.
Yeah.
And so if the old church or the current church dies right now, there's a whole lot of churches that dies
Yep.
because
I had that
we are
conversation on my
not
day.
there.
Yep.
That age
Yep.
group between 25 and 40
Mm-hmm.
ain't there.
Mm-hmm.
That's us. You know what I'm saying? And so we ain't coming. So if some of these churches that we were born at, if the current members dies,
That's it.
then they're
Close
either
the
on
doors.
life support or their doors are closed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because if there ain't no youth in your church, then you got a dead church. You just don't know you dead yet.
Yep. I just had that conversation. Yes, sir.
Like your
Yeah.
church is dead. You just don't know it.
You are on your way.
Or you know it. I think the hardest part is for generals to allow young people
Yep.
who feel like they know best lead.
Yeah.
When you say generals, for the people who don't know what a
Older
general
saints,
is.
seasoned saints, seasoned.
And so
members.
so we say things like seasoned and generals and mothers. I just call them old people. You know what I'm saying? Old people got a problem with us younger folk.
And that's not all older people.
That's true.
I think the issue is that we read the Bible. I will forever say this. We read the Bible, but we don't apply it correctly. If the Bible says that the old and the young will tarry together, that's what it says, right?
Uh-huh.
If the old and the young
We'll gather in the praise together. But I see what you're saying.
But my thing is, that's gonna take us coming together.
Yeah.
It can't be y'all on this side, and when it's young people's day, that's when y'all let the young people loose. But like right now in our church, in our jurisdiction, we see a lot of young adults running stuff.
Well,
A lot of young adults in positioning.
but to be fair, we also got a new young bishop.
This is my thing.
Younger.
A younger leader. Here's my thing. Who's utilizing everyone though?
That's true.
Everybody has this like, I'm older than Erica.
Just a little bit. But
That's true.
barely. Like.
Purposeful plug 2024. But
Which you
It's-
just celebrated a birthday not too long ago. Happy birthday.
it's
9/20.
me and Erica's job to learn as much as we can, apply, but then try to find a niche that's beneficial for our generation. We tend to do it this way, do it this way, do it this way, and unfortunately, millennials, we get annoyed. Y'all did it y'all way. Here's another regime. Let us do it our way. We have the basics. I believe millennials have the basics of what prior generations have taught. I believe that. The issue is that working it for so long, we don't have to sit in the kitchen for 72 hours for the dinner. We don't now know how to get that 30-minute project. Hello, it's still gonna give to a degree.
Not the air fryer,
to a degree,
and it might even taste better, low key though.
It's gonna produce a different result, but it's still the same dinner.
Right.
You wanna put up, here go to 28 chicken dinners, and
you mean it's a different method, but it will produce the same. Yeah.
It's the same thing. We just, I feel like each generation that comes, we make it more difficult for the prior generations. But you said something this past weekend that it's our fault for the disconnect with the young people coming into the church.
That's true.
The issue is that we've hidden from the generation coming up now, and now school, the world, they offer more than what we should have been offering. I learned about sex from Redeeming Church of Christ, and we would have sleepovers, like how y'all could have the come see parties. They would teach us about sex.
You just made that sound so nasty. You just made that sound. Y'all had the come see parties. Like, no.
Come and see with missionary.
Come and see. Yeah, good
what
night.
Was it? Sipping. What was it?
No,
what?
We ain't sipping. See now, this how rumors get started. This how rumors get started right now. No, when we were growing up, we had we had what we call the purity class, and our purity lady. Yes. When we knew we were about to, we found out that we was about to get in trouble when she had. Man, this is about to sound bad. I was about to say very hard conversations. But when we had to have intense moments of fellowships or tough conversations, she would say, hey, on Friday night, we're having a come and see party. In other words, just come and see what we about to do. And that's, bring your own chips, bring your own drink, you know what I'm saying? Bring this, bring that, and all this other stuff. And we find out that we about to get a whole head combing once we got there. It was like, this is messed up. But that was the come and see part. I'm sorry. But that just started. But you just said, no, you heard what she said. I learned about sex at Redeeming, and then y'all had come and see party. Listen. You put all of that stuff together. You did. You messed that up. Anyway.
Say he know what you mean, but Soul TV.
Right, Soul TV.
Now y'all understand that was not the intent.
Soul
God bless
TV.
Like, move on. The Lord is kind.
But no. So the conversation that we had this weekend, we was at a panel discussion. The conversation that we had this weekend asked the question: is the generation, this Gen Z, I think it is, that's right behind us or whatever. Are they pretty much? Are they a sensitive generation? Is this generation that came up? Are they extremely sensitive? And my answer was. They are extremely sensitive, and it's our fault, us millennials, that they are as sensitive as they are. Because the truth of the matter is, we babied them way too long because we felt like we was dealt with way too harshly. So because we felt like we were dealt with way too harshly, we then babied them to the point of disrespect. And once they started disrespecting us, that's when we decided that we wanted to be parents after it was already too late.
Right.
And so now even in church, we have a whole generation that can't take correction. You know what I'm saying? Because we babied them into learning how to be defiant. So they don't know how to take correction. They don't know how to get fussed out and still serve. They get fussed out and walk out the door.
They are out of there.
They don't know how to get told, no, you're not ready. You know what I'm saying? They'll go start their own, you know what I'm saying? And then we got which is why we got a whole bunch of bastard churches that are popping up, bastard businesses that are popping up because of the fact that somebody said you wasn't ready. And so now I'm going to prove to you that I am ready. So I'm going to do it myself. Right. And now all of your friends, after they get done going to their mama church, they're going to go to your church and just be crazy and be free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, we got a whole sensitive generation, and it's our fault that they're sensitive because the truth of the matter is we learned how to mask our hurt feelings and then we projected it on our children.
Yikes.
And so they came up victims, and they never became victimized.
Right.
But for whatever reason, they got a chip on their shoulder as if somebody did something to them. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, we was the ones who got hurt. We was the ones who got beat up on. But it's our kids that got a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
And let's just put this out here, because you put it in our what's the name on what we was going to talk about. For those that has stated, Colin, because I'm married to him, has been running away from ministry for a long time.
That's true.
And so to start a church when he knew when Uncle Will was alive,
which was my former pastor, my uncle as well.
He knew then everything, though it's not 100, it had to happen. One, for the maturity of yourself, the people assigned to you that you saw dying, you saw going through, and it helped our home get in order. Because Colin and I are, we're two individuals where you say, I believe Lord like, yep, we're going right. And we're like, left looks so comfortable, Jesus. It looks so comfortable. And here it is. I feel like that's the reason why, to a degree, our church has the state of mind that it has, because we had to get a certain state of mind. Because you are the head. I'm with you as leaders. Yo, sheep tend to do what the leaders do. And unfortunately, some of them are in the state in which you were in. And because you're out of that state, some of them now have to get out of that state. So they have that mentality.
Yeah, I mean, it was when we left where we came from, it was 6 months before we started TWE. Mm-hmm. And it was 4 months before I wanted to start TWE. All right, so we started 6 months after we left, and it was still 4 months earlier than what my target date was. Mm-hmm. My target date was Easter Sunday 2023. Yep. That was my target date. Mm-hmm. Right? Here came the problem. The problem came, number one, the target date that I set it with the intention on pushing it back. Because I wasn't okay. Mm-hmm. I wasn't healthy.
Right.
I wasn't in the place to where I was like, hey, I really am ready to be somebody's pastor.
That part.
I wasn't in that place. And while that 6 month time frame was going on, I had pretty much put it out of my mind. Yep. I wrote this letter. I said I was the Lord is telling me to leave. I plan on starting this church, and I do plan on starting this church. I just don't know when I'm going to start it.
Right,
and right now, it's not in the foreseeable future. You know what I'm saying? And what ended up happening was that I started getting phone calls saying, "Hey, PC, we kind of out here, and we don't know where to go." And so I started inviting them to the church that we were attending. To our bishop's church. And so I'm like, hey, y'all come this Sunday, be with me this Sunday. I got to preach this Sunday. And so, we would get a contingent of people that would come and hear me preach, and then they wouldn't come back no more. I was like, hey, I introduced you to the bishop so that you'll be able to come back next week, because my mind said, if they come here, you know what I'm saying, I ain't got to go out there and make no home for nobody. You know what I'm saying? That was my mindset until I got a phone call from one of our members who said, hey, I know you've been asking us to come to this church, but I don't want to be up under them. I want to be up under you. And so I need you to get it together and start this church. Mm-hmm. And then I had my wife, and then I had my best friend. Both of them came to me at separate times and was like, yo, one said, hey, man, why you going so slow? Why you moving so slow? And then my wife said, you borderline in sin, because your slowfulness is starting to look like disobedience.
I was like, sir, come on, because no, we were going through.
We were.
And all it takes is what they say, when you hear your name again, just go back and say, yes, Lord. Like, hello.
Thy servant here.
Please. Colin was looking at me like, I was so annoyed, because some stuff can be prevented if you just listen. We don't.
Right. But sometimes I
Listen,
think
Linda.
we might fail to see things from the person who actually got us started point of view. For example, we all business owners in here. You got a t-shirt business. I got a transportation business. Lady Lynn just got businesses. You know what I'm saying? And at one point in time, we got Miss Mashiba, who's a business owner or whatever. At one point in time, all of us was like, I don't know if we can do this. I can do this. I don't know. I don't know if I can do this on the level that I want to do this on.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And then when you talking about starting the church, I'm saying I don't know if anybody's willing to follow my leadership. You know what I'm saying? Because I was always taught that if you call yourself a leader and you walking by and you alone, then you just a man taking a walk. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I don't want to be no man taking a walk. I'm taking a walk right now. You know what I'm saying? And
where's the people following me?
That part, I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna if people gonna buy into the vision. I don't know if I'm gonna get out here. I ain't got the money right now. Right. You know what I'm saying? We barely keeping our head above water. Now we about to take on a whole nother debt. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever the church can't pay got to come out of our pocket. And right now, that's going to be everything. Because right now, we buy ourselves. How we going to make all of this stuff work and everything like that? And I had to get to the point to where I had to confront myself while doing what God told me to do. And I just put on my Facebook page about a couple of weeks ago that insecurities doesn't leave because you are obedient to God. You just press through the insecurity knowing that God is going to bless you in the midst of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so we don't stop doing what we're doing because of the fact that we're scared. We just got to do it scared.
That's what my aunt used to tell me all the time. All the time. She's like, I would sing a song back in the day, and I would be so nervous. And she would be like, Erica, you got to just do it scared. And I remember being like so deathly afraid every time I had to put my mouth to a microphone. And I'm just like, this was back when we was like singing off of tracks. So this was like way back in the day. And sometimes she would jump on that organ at the end and she would be like, you just got to do it scared. And I'm just like, it took me doing it a few times to understand that. And it's like, yeah, you still have an assignment and I know that you're terrified, but going out there and sing. And then by the time you're done, you're like, I want to do it again. And you're like, see, but see, fear is paralyzing.
Fear is paralyzing.
Fear is so paralyzing, and then like not knowing what's on the other side, baby, that will have you retreat so far back. So you be like, nope, I'm not even gonna do it. I don't want to do it. Forget it. I know I've done that many times.
Anybody ever go to a puddle in the water and rain for a day, and you driving and you come to a puddle and it got a lot of water? Anybody, have you ever been scared to go through that puddle?
Because you're like, I don't know how deep it is.
Up under the water, but for
ask me how I know. I drive up to a puddle right now. I'm having second thoughts.
Right, like, can I drive around this?
After I went floating. Like, what?
That goes to show, and this is going to sound so harsh, but that means I don't trust you guys.
Yeah.
That's if I have fear in success and fear in failure, that means we will never do.
Absolutely.
That becomes the
that's
driving
enough
force
to
of life.
Keep you right where you at.
That's true.
But here it is. That says I don't trust you. I'm not leaning to my own understanding and acknowledging you in all my ways and you directing my path. I'm not gonna trust because and here's the thing, I believe you see it. Like literally, I see me on stages.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so petrified to do certain things, especially travel musically. But I see me on these stages. He'll show you a vision of it first.
Yo, that's real true about Lady Lynn, though. She is petrified of certain stages.
You see your t-shirt company being like, bam. But here it is. I also see how it took to get here, one.
Yeah. And
then I see how I love us. But I see how motherfuckers do not participate or pay attention or don't support.
She said what she said. She said mofos. That's what she said. What she said.
People,
man. At least she didn't use the other word.
I just repeated what you said. My mama said it ain't cussing if I repeat what you said.
No, I didn't cuss.
She did not.
I didn't curse. It's the same thing. I didn't no, because I just learned cursing and cussing is different. I didn't cuss. What is no?
Mother. You know what I'm doing.
I've never said it, so don't do that. I've never
What?
said that.
This here is turned. I'm going home.
I've never said that.
It be your own people. Good night.
This is a great
Is
first
there
show,
a different
guys.
word
Just
I
want you
can
to know.
use that you can straight?
This is the type of first lady we got at DWE.
And
This is what I'm trying to say.
we love her.
And we love her.
And we love
And we
her.
can totally scrap that part. And put it over it. So,
It is what it is. I don't care. I'm human.
Man.
And at the end of the not even using that as an excuse, but they
listen,
They
I
get
have
it.
said worse.
They get it.
I have said worse.
I'm thinking like,
And
everybody done
they
said
be at home
worse.
cussing.
Look here.
I'm sorry if I'm gonna be your first meeting.
Man, I'm out here.
Quit playing.
I'm over here
Me
sweating. But no, but y'all right. You know what I'm saying?
Always prepared.
All right.
Let me tell y'all, our church administrator, Erica, she be like, I'm not, and I'm not, and I'm not. But at the end of the day, I
I
think
show
that's
up
all
prepared.
of us at this table.
Yeah.
And if I think it's people out there like that, we be like, you know what?
I ain't doing it.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Go to a church and like, and just be, you. As soon as they see me walking the door, as soon as they see, do you think you can raise the offering? You be looking like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And then I feel like that little girl, do it for the vibe. No, I ain't doing it.
Right.
No, I ain't doing it. Then you like, you start doing it. But I appreciate you, like, well, you know. But yeah.
I miss you on Sunday because ain't nobody had me on Sunday. I'm gonna
Hold
know
it.
that.
Aaron had you.
He had me with that tissue box.
I'm about to be
But
like,
that's like he
And
didn't know,
Lynn
'cause I'll be
Lynn came with me with this doggone with a bottle of water that was this big and it was Dasani. You know how I feel about Dasani. Bottle of water that was this big and Dasani. I was like, God,
First
to
of
be
all,
more careful.
We did not go to a store. The people gave us them 2 water bottles, and I put them boys in the freezer. And hey, God bless you.
But no, you're right. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It does show a level of distrust, or I should say the because I don't ever want to say that we just are not trusting because of the fact that we're scared. You know what I'm saying? But it will show us the level of trust that we're on and what we need to grow in. You know what I'm saying? It's the area of opportunity that we have. Because if you ask God, I want you to increase my faith, the first thing he got to do is test to see where your faith at.
I'm gonna say he gonna try.
You know what I'm saying? We got to know where your faith is. But then you got to turn around and then ask. Not only do you got to look at yourself, but then the lies that are being told when you get out there. Because some people just ain't gonna be happy for you, and they gonna spin a narrative saying, "Hey, they out there recruiting people, recruiting other people members, writing letters to other people for other people, so they can give this stuff." When the truth of the matter is, you ain't did nothing of the sort. Shoot, I ain't asked nobody. You know what I'm saying? Didn't call nobody, didn't recruit nobody. Everybody who decided to come, they came on their own recognizance, and it was what it was. And it's like now we got to deal with the people who's telling these stories and telling these lies, and then the people who are, if I can put it like this, because there are certain people that you can know the truth, but you so weak-minded to where you will purposely believe the lie, knowing that it ain't the character of the person that you talking about. And so now you gotta go out there knowing that the people that you called your friend is gonna become your enemies just because of the fact that you went out there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And
that's just not in church, but that's in business.
Everything.
I mean, how many times has somebody decided to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to quit this job and I'm going to start this business. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go out on my own. And just because somebody my friend disagreed with me from quitting my job, now I ain't got no friend no more.
Yeah.
And now they want to make up stories because of the fact that, hey, I did something that you wish you probably should have done.
Right.
And that part right there should be the reason why you keep going. Because here it is. I think this is one selfish thing that we do regarding Christ. I've already given you a blueprint. Christ's life in them 3 years was the blueprint as far as his ministry. You're going to need this. You're going to need that. You're going to need this person. You're going to need the doubt. You're going to need the disbeliever. You're going to need the denier. You're going to need the betrayer in order to get to where I need you to go. This should be fuel. We don't look at the Bible as fuel to keep going. No. I wish I could say at 39 years of age before January 2024, 15th to be exact. Happy almost birthday to me. That
what?
I literally
we ain't even got to Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas, and she's
right. It don't even matter. Happy almost birthday to me. I think this should be the thing that we use.
She gonna say that for the rest
I
of
love
the
you
year.
too. I am. I think this should be the thing that we use to say, oh, okay, I see how you're moving. Let me keep going. And that's when you get around like-minded people. The issue that we have as to why a lot of people come to church is because I'm telling Erica how I feel. Erica goes and run and tell everybody else. So now I really don't want to serve or worship with the people that she done went and told the deepest thing that I gave her.
Oh my God, today. Jesus. Yeah.
So it's a lot of factors, but that should be fuel for me to, hey, let me fight and let me keep going. Period.
Unfortunately, it's typically not viewed as fuel.
It's not.
That part.
It's not.
And we probably need to use it. I like that. You might be preaching some.
Absolutely.
But then that taps into your whole perception, right?
Yes, that taps into your whole perception and perspective. Which, by the way, if you guys aren't doing anything on this coming Sunday, we are in the middle of a crazy series called My Prescription Needs Changing. It's a study and a sermon series on perception and perspectives. I think we're in message 3. Finally, we made it to message 3 because message 2 had a two-parter that was absolutely insane, talking about the mind, entitled "Stop Being a Head Case." And none of this you're gonna see online, y'all. Y'all got to come to 15617 Rosa Parks at 2:30 in order to see how this is shaping up to be. All right, we want you all to be here. Listen, next week we're going to be having a conversation about families. And so we're about to be dealing with Modern Family next week, and we gonna talk about it. We're gonna have a couple of parents here. We're gonna have some married people here. We're gonna deal with Modern Family, and we're gonna talk about it. All right. We wanna so that's next Thursday, 8 p.m. right here on Soul TV, and we want to thank Soul TV. We want to thank Mr. Bobby, who is the CEO of Soul TV. God bless you. We want to thank Roku TV. And we want you guys to download the Soul TV app in order to see the entire show. Do me a favor. We want to thank Miss Mashiba Webb for being our engineer on the day. Listen, guys. After you download Soul TV, I want you to go to all of our social media platforms. All right, I want you to go to the Way Everlasting Church on YouTube, the Way Everlasting Church on Instagram, and on Facebook. I want you to like and share all of that. Erica, tell us where can we find you at?
Don't find me. God bless. If you want to find me, I'll be at 15617 Rosa Parks.
15617 Rosa Parks.
Don't follow me.
Oh no, Lynn Marie, where can we find you?
Lynn Marie. I think it's all social platforms, but just find me on Facebook. Lynn Marie. I don't even know Instagram. I don't even be on there like
Listen,
that.
you can find me at 6 McCree on Facebook, 6 McCree on Instagram as well, and the Everlasting Church on YouTube. All right, and so yeah, that's that. We'll see you all next week,
See you guys.
next Thursday, 8 p.m. PC+3. Hope you guys enjoyed the show.